Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series of videos I would do for the while now. Go over their trial food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, tell me I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. This sounds like it's going to be delicious. Please be delicious. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for today, folks? What happens to be my Limp Bizkit shirt. One of two that I have, actually. I actually got to see them perform live a few weeks ago at the time I'm doing this on their Loserville tour with Corey Feldman of all fucking people. I guess that's a thing. I guess Limp Bizkit and Corey Feldman are friends on some level. Sure, why not, I guess. The show overall was a little bit meh as far as, again, the overall, because frankly, I did not care about any of the other artists besides Limp Bizkit. But, and no offense to them, you know, they have their audience and everything. I'm just not it. And they were fine, I guess. Corey Feldman wasn't. But some people, I'm sure, enjoyed it. But when Limp Bizkit actually came out and started doing their thing, man, like, it was just an instant juxtaposition of just, like, all of a sudden, just, like, the crowd got up and nobody sat down. So that was just an excellent experience. So I liked it so much, I actually got some videos of said performance. They're on the channel, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music is concerned, because I like them a lot. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? Why do I hope it's delicious? Well, I always hope it's delicious anyway. But, folks, I'm reviewing, it's so heavy, boom, it's a bunch of noodles. Specifically, these are Taiwan-style rice noodles with pork from a place called Hoi's Chinese Restaurant. I ended up in... Yeah, and they're in Bensonville, Illinois. I ended up finding this place because another place that I was intending to review wasn't available to review. They'd closed the kitchen for the day, so I just kind of drove around a little bit until I found something that looked interesting. And it'd been a little bit since I had some Chinese food. I just got through reviewing their sesame chicken, so if you want my take on that. But I figured this was one of their, chef recommendations. I was like, let's do it. So, and by the way, it consists of... Where did the thing go? Okay. Consists of Taiwanese style thin rice noodles, shredded pork. You could get pork or chicken. I got pork. Actually, you could get other things too, but I went with pork. Pea pods, peppers, carrots, bean sprouts, onions, and egg. Sounds good to me. Boop-a-doop. Oh god. I'm more of a thicker noodle kind of guy. I like them thick. But at the same time, I mean, hey, I'm all for some rice noodles. So let's get a thing for the thing. It looks like that. Ha 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 ha. Not the sexiest looking thing in the world, but who gives a shit as long as it's good. So let's go ahead. Try to get a mix of things here. Got a little pork, got some noodles. That's tasty. That's very tasty. One thing I gotta say for Hoi's, whoever they have preparing their food knows how to fucking cook. And I know that sounds stupid because, but you know what the fuck I mean. You've been to places where you're just like, nah, this person, they might be able to cook, but they don't know how to do it. With Hoi's, everything I've had from them, from their egg roll, and by the way, this is my first outing with them, but from their egg rolls to the sesame chicken, like, they know how to cook their stuff. Because that pork is really tender, and especially in a dish like this, it's really easy to just kind of use what the hell ever and just, But no, like, it's really tasty, very, very tender. Yeah. Yeah. Peppers are good. I will say, and I don't Fucking, I don't know how to cook shit. That's why I don't fucking cook. I will say on the peppers, the flavor is good. I would have liked them a little bit like crispier, a little bit, so you get that like proper bite when you bite into them. But they're still really tasty. Let's get a nice like clump of the noodles, because that's the star of the show. Noodles are cooked nice again, nice and tender. They taste like they want to be eaten, if that makes any sense. Like, again, really tasty. Doing a great job of just like, just everything about this, again, just screams, please fucking eat me. I'm tasty. I want to be eaten. Yeah, this is really good. Carrot. I don't usually think carrot when I think this type of stuff, but, Actually, that was a pepper. Yeah. Or a very interesting tasting carrot, but I think that was a pepper too. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's good. It's a nice dish. You definitely get a lot of it. It's definitely going to do a good job of filling me up. That's for damn sure. If I have any point of contention with it, and it's kind of the same point of contention that I had with the, what was it? With the sesame chicken, where I liked it. It was very good, but I'm just missing a little bit of that impact of that flavor. Like, and again, as I mentioned with that one, it still got flavor for sure, but maybe it's just me, and having grown up on that kind of American style Chinese food, maybe my personal expectations are just geared towards a certain thing. Because this is really good. It has a more delicate flavor. That's the best way I can put it. It has a more delicate flavor than what I'm used to with most kind of Chinese takeout places, where they do tend to be a little bit heavier with the, I don't know, the seasonings or what have you. But it is still really tasty. It's definitely a well-prepared dish. Again, I just want a little bit more oomph to it, just a little bit, something for my taste buds to really latch onto and to really make this a properly special dish. But, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm gonna go with yes and yes. I think for me personally, whereas when I went over there and I was talking about the sesame chicken, for that one, it was a little bit harder for me to go into just because sesame chicken is it's my go-to order when it comes to Chinese food. And so I have very specific things that I want out of it. And there's just other places around that I can get it that I would prefer, even though it was still a good dish. With this, I mean, I don't, I'm sure I've had probably Taiwanese style noodles before that I can't recall off the top of my head, but at least in terms of the interpretation that this is presenting, these are still really tasty noodles. Again, I would like a little something extra from them, but they're really tasty. It's very filling, and again, like I really do have to emphasize over and over again here, cooked really well. Like, again, it's just a little something extra, because I think if it just had 5% more oomph to it with the flavor, I would like overwhelmingly give these my recommendation. But even with that being the case, they are still really tasty. It's a really nice dish. So I would go over there and probably order this from them again. If I'm recommending it, I am definitely going to recommend it because, even if, again, it doesn't quite catch me the way I'd like, there's a lot to like about this dish. Like, it's a fairly, it's got a lot going on, but it's a fairly simple dish. It's cooked very well. And, it's, even though I prefer like kind of the thicker style noodles, like your lo meings and stuff like that. I also, and I've certainly had like more like the thinner rice noodle type stuff, but this is a nice representation of it. And it is something where it's like, yeah, okay, I can kind of get behind this. My overall takeaway from Hoy's restaurant, they definitely know what they're doing with the cooking. I think their stuff is just a little bit more delicate than my personal palate immediately goes to. But in terms of what you get, that is really fucking tasty. And their fried rice is really good. They definitely know what they're doing. They wouldn't be my favorite, like, Chinese takeout place in the area. I definitely have others, but they also wouldn't be anywhere near, like, the lower platform of things. There's definitely some places I haven't even reviewed, but I've been to, that, yeah, this is definitely not the case. And in fact, it's almost the opposite, because in those cases, those places, usually, it's just not very good food, not prepared very well. This is good food that's prepared really well. It's just, again, for my personal palate, I do want that, that more traditional kind of, again, just kind of American style Chinese takeout flavorings, And that's just me. But I do think overall they seem to be a very nice establishment. The people who work there were very nice. And again, in terms of quality, cannot emphasize enough how good they are at putting their food together. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, mighty mental rest of month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly rice noodle-tastic rest of your life. Rice noodles are good. Again, a more lo-mein style, but we can have more than one style of noodles, folks. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes. Folks, when we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there. Someone's trying to call me. When we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's my question that I would pose to you. Going off the back of these 2 reviews that I've done for this place now, what do you kind of think about that? Again, that sort of, provided you live in America, I guess, that American style Chinese food, is it something that you go in for? Is it something that you try to shy away from? Because, for me, it's something that I think for my generation, we grew up with it. That was Chinese food. But now there's so many more expanded options, and different interpretations and stuff like that. I don't know where it falls. It still seems to be very popular, at least, kind of in the area that I'm at. These places, there's quite a few of them. They seem to do well as far as I can tell. But I'm interested to, kind of your take on it. But anyway,